Thank you very much. I am Abubakar Fulata, member representing Berniwa Krika Samaguri Federal Constituency of Jigawa State and Chair House Committee on University Education. Well, I would have to interface with those universities to find out what is causing those delays in their admissions. It may not be their own problems. It may be the problem of JAM, the institution that is saddled with the responsibility of admitting and matriculating students. It may not be directly related to the universities themselves. It may be a problem of the institution saddled with the responsibility of admissions, which is JAM. And if you also interact with JAM closely, you may also find out that there are certain institutions that have problems. The candidates applying to a particular institution may be involved in certain malpractices, and that's why the admissions have not been processed. You remember recently there's a case of a lady who consciously, even though she had a lot of, she passed with flying colors, but then she went deliberately she went online trying to change her scores. So most of the problems are not that of the universities or even that of JAM, but those of the students, that of the students applying those institutions. People are so desperate, they want to do everything they can do in their capacity to make sure that they cheat the system. Well, the only way we can intervene is to appropriate enough funds for university education. I'm an advocate of an increased funding to universities. At least if you go by the United Nations requirement, at least budgeting at least 20% of the national budget, allocating 20% of the national budget to education. It's a tall order, but that will go in a long way towards solving the financial challenges of most universities.
Do you need to subsidize the school fees for the students, or how does it work?
Oh, well, not subsidize, but to fund. If university education is well funded, some of the challenges pushing those universities to increase fees and so forth will not be there. So if you give them adequate funds, they may reduce their challenges. So they may not be pushed into increasing school fees and so forth. So that's my idea.
Do you think can he have?
Oh, sure. All Nigerians are free once the loan, the student loan scheme takes off. All students are free to apply and get the loans, and then pay after graduation, gradually. Well, normally, every budget cycle, we are allocated certain amount of funds to be applied to our constituencies. I mostly apply those funds towards empowerment and towards water supply. Water supply, I mean, there are a number of rural communities in my constituency that up to now, they are not the challenges in terms of pure drinking water on daily basis. Mostly, I apply those funds towards erecting solar-powered boreholes that will supply the entire communities with good drinking water. For the women, I normally train them on a particular trade, for example, tailoring. After training, we give them some money and also some sewing machines to start their own business, so that they'll get themselves engaged and also find some money to help their families. Yes, in fact, the worst case scenario is that of people selling them outrightly, immediate, not even parking them aside. No, some outrightly, after getting trained, after giving them some money, after giving them sewing machines, motorcycles, irrigation machines, most use them, put them to use. But there are some bad elements. They sell them outrightly.
So how do you sieve those away from coming back to become beneficiaries?
No, we have a register.
Okay.
We have a register of all those beneficiaries. Yes, we have a register.
So that's a little bit of politics.
Well, once you are a president, you are a president for all. You are president for APC. You are president for PDP members. You are president for ABGA members. You are president for Labour Party members. Once you are saddled with that responsibility, everybody is yours. And President Tinubu has shown that example. There are people who will assume that if you go to that part, if you occupy that office, there's tendency for you to be consumed by power to crush everybody. But Tinubu so far has shown respect for rule of law. He has shown respect for members of the opposition. And we commend him for that. I think it is in that context that the Bauchi State Governor, who is a PDP governor, is commending Tinubu for his statesmanship. I think we are talking about the issue of River State, where he intervened directly. The situation was reaching towards impeaching the serving governor, and the president, in his statesmanship, intervened and restrained all the parties. I think it is in that context that he spoke. There are instances also when people may fear that because he's an APC governor, he will intervene or interfere with court processes. So far, the president has not interfered in any court process. If you are APC and it was found that you are not able to win your election free and fair, the courts can remove you. He has never intervened. Say, okay, fine, don't remove APC candidates from office after being elected. So he has restrained himself. He has shown magnanimity and leadership in allowing the rule of law to take its course.
So, sir, what's your expectation for the 10th Assembly so far? What do you intend to see differently?
An improvement, not different, an improvement over what had transpired before. I hope that by the end of the 10th Assembly, would have enacted more laws, laws for the good governance, development, and progress of Nigeria. That's what I'm anticipating.
Thank you very much for your time.
You are most welcome.